Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and my lovely NBs. We are here for another competitive match here in Group B as we go ahead and dive into Urbane Olive, a top 4 finalist, finishing 4th place in the Season 1 of this year's competitive, going up against ProtoKam. So, this is definitely a pretty tall task for ProtoKam, but we'll see how he'll do against Olive as we go ahead and dive on into game number 1. So let's get on to it. So here we are with Urbane going classic with the south side of the KSR. And then, of course, we have ProtoKam in the red, in more of the northwestern area. So they're both kind of relatively close to each other in the early going. And plus, there's a lot of mills to start things off here. So ProtoKam can easily ninja these two and just kind of play more defensive route. Or Urbane can possibly go into it. And Cam, not even going to bother, going to go straight for a cheese here. But he realizes that the pig's gonna be finished way before before the moles can be able to go and stop it. So the cheese is not gonna happen. So ProtoKam's gonna be a little bit behind as he does go ahead and dive in. But it looks like Urbane might be showing it how it's done as he goes ahead and puts a mole in his own. Look at that! Actually, no. The lizards are gonna come out over on this side. So I think we're gonna see a quick sell, and we get to see a little panic sell there over for Proto as he is doing a little bit of a panicking right now. He is gonna try and see and do a little cheeses of his own. A lot of battles. I haven't even gotten started into the battle, but ProtoKam trying to do something, but I don't think this is gonna work because of the fact that I think Urbane's going to see it. And there's going to be, there's going to be a lot of damage going here. He's going to have to take down that, there he goes. He goes ahead, for the quick sell. And, you know, Proto got the most that he could out of that one. He did get Urbane to sell, which is a pretty big thing. And I haven't even got into their comps yet. And they're just going at it like a bunch of gremlins, man. Like, goodness gracious. But yeah, I guess going into it, because they're just battling straight through, Urbane does have his more standardized deck with the Squirrel Mole and going in with the Falcon Skunk, as well as having a Boar and the Artie as his deck as we continue with this battle here. Warren does go down for ProtoKam as Proto is just not doing a good job in defending any of this. I think Urbane is going to flat out take this as he's just going after every single pig. And that is going to be the end of it. So, cleaning things up in game 1. And I haven't even gotten the chance to introduce Cam's composition for this matchup because of it. What a gremlin game, dude. I'm excited for this, dude. I am really excited to see how this continues on, but goodness gracious, all of you, gremlin you. That was so, oops, I pressed the wrong button. Oh man, that was great. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into game number 2. Oh man, what a gremlin game. So, up north, we do have Urbane in the green, while ProtoKam down south in the red. Urbane keeping the same thing as is, so I'm gonna go ahead and go into Cam's composition, which is going to be a Squizzard. Actually, he's going for 4 tiers with Squizzard, with the Mole and Pigeon, and going to go ahead and get Badger and Falcon to wrap it up that composition. And ProtoKam's not dealing with any nonsense whatsoever. Automatically putting down the lizards in the very beginning of this one. Meanwhile, Urbane gonna go ahead and throw in a thing of his own as ProtoKam being a little cheesy. You know, can't slide easy if it ain't cheesy type of style right now. As Cam gonna be very, very aggressive, trying to make sure to limit any kind of pacing for Urbane. We do finally have 3. And we are going to see a massive attack here. Another pig's going to go down. And that's going to be much of it. So a really good attack there from Cam. Being able to force a cell and a death to a pig. And now we're going to see some wizard action. But there isn't a lot of economy there for ProtoKam to continue to try and do any more harassment. So I'm pretty sure Urbane is going to go ahead and just go full on defensive in the early goings because Cam does not want to go ahead and have the same thing happen to him again and allow Urbane to just be a mole gremlin as he does. But of course, as we go and dive into another unit here for ProtoKam, Cam's really trying to be aggressive and trying to finish this up as quickly as the last game does. But it's going to be kind of a tall task as a majority of the Cams go down. We are going to see a pig go down, but a majority of the army goes down with him. So I'm not sure if that was really worth a trade, in my opinion. Because he's also very limited on eco to be able to restock. But he's going to defend well here. And it looks like he's going to go for a full-on attack once again. He does get another sell-off. There's not really a whole lot that Urbane can really do to stop this, actually. So I think Cam might win this. Yeah, Cam going very aggressive with his own, and he may take game 2 with this attack. It might be a bit much, and he is going to go ahead and tap. So Cam going with some gremlin tactics of his own, this time with a lizard tactic, as he takes game number 2. So we're tied 1 apiece. What a great response there from ProtoKam after getting bullied in the first one. So this really shows that you cannot really give up and really kind of push yourself to the next limit. If you're going to play cheese, wow, we're going to play those games with cheese. So yeah, if you don't like it to slide easy, then you're not going to be cheesy. I'm sorry. You guys are probably cringing at me right now. But we are now guaranteed a game number 4. So really good for point differential, as that does come into play as well. So now let's go ahead and dive into another battle with Urbane in the green in the west side, while ProtoKam in the red on the east side. We are seeing a massive change for ProtoKam, as we are going to see a Falcon Skunk combination along with the Badger. We'll see if Urbane's going to be cheesy, ready to slide easy. It looks like he is going to do that. So, like at this point, you might as well just like, I know this is kind of like a thing here because I did read a little bit of the mole thing, but he is gonna force to sell. Although I think he could have probably bought it up pretty easily, but now he's off to buy all of the things to try and catch up, because now Urbane's gonna go ahead and get most of his economy up to going. But Urbane's probably gonna do what he did last time, go ahead and get a mole down and do the same thing again and put an eco. Yeah, he's just gonna do that. Like, you can't. Okay, so he's gonna go back off because he realizes he's not gonna get it done in time, because those two farms are gonna be up before the moles are. So that's gonna be the end of the cheesiness. I think we're gonna finally have more of a gentleman's look, but we are seeing a mole being placed for Cam, and he's gonna go ahead and quick sell and buy it, and that's kind of how you do it. Because I know that, like, when it comes to the way how mole works, ooh, very spicy play here for Urbane, putting down the tier 3 very early on. It's gonna be interesting how that's gonna play out, as Urbane's gonna do a quick scouting, and I imagine ProtoKam's going to see that pretty easily. Like, there's no way he wouldn't, because he doesn't really have a lot to defend this. So he is gonna finally see it. Oh, I don't see it actually. Did he see it? Okay, yeah, he did. Okay, he did. Just making sure. But he does know the tier 3's coming, so I would imagine that he's gonna go ahead and I can't imagine he goes mass tier 1 here, but he's gonna put in a couple of pigeons. He is gonna put down some skunks, but I don't think skunks is the call here, or mass tier 1 is the call. He's gonna go ahead and try and get as many tier 1 as he can to go ahead and go for a full-on attack, which could work, but Urbane's gonna go ahead and counter with a couple of MGs. He's gonna have to go ahead and bring out his units because the defense is there, and Cam's gonna go for the full-on attack. He's gonna put down a couple of a mole Warren to try and go ahead and take down those things quickly. But the board's gonna come out at any moment, so I really don't think there's really much of a window. We are seeing that the pre-guess is coming this way. We are seeing the pigeons doing a little bit of work, but there's just not enough room to kind of go for this. The board's gonna come out, and I don't think Cam should dive into this because he's going to get slaughtered because he doesn't have the composition to go and handle any of this. Yeah, I think Urbane just takes game 3 here because of the fact that there was a little bit of lack of urgency to go ahead and get after it. So there's just no way that Urbane's gonna lose this because it's too late to drop down the Badger in this case. But I think he's gonna try anyways. Though he's gonna go continue with tier 1 instead of trying to go mass tier 2 here. Which I can understand trying to defend yourself at this point, but there isn't a lot to kind of do here. He's gonna put down a Falcon Warren. He's gonna go for a second mill, but Urbane's just gonna come in and just mow down this army because there's just nothing that he can stop with this. The board's gonna go down though, but ooh, the board not really having a backup, but with the board cleaning everything up, I just imagine that Urbane's just gonna go ahead and take care of everything as this mill's gonna go down. And that is gonna be the case. Can it go down? It will, but it cost everything on Urbane's end. I would imagine that he's gonna go ahead and sell the board to go ahead and get all the units and start buying again. We'll do that, and Cam is just now at a race to try and get something going. You now see that Urbane is gonna go ahead and try to defend, and no, actually, we are going to see that Urbane is gonna take game number 3, which I can't blame Cam for doing that because, like, there really isn't much you can do. There's not enough time, and the economy was just clearly in Urbane's favor at this point. So it was a good game from Urbane, being able to defend that tier 3 from the get-go, and it was just a bad response there from Cam, I think. So Urbane will be up 2-1. We'll see if we're gonna have a game number 5 here as we head into game 4 with Urbane on match point. Urbane going up north as green, well, ProtoKam down south as red. It doesn't look like we're gonna see too much changes here between the two. Urbane's gonna actually go for a Badger composition this time around compared to the Boar composition, trying to switch things up and see if there's a way to play around with this one. Meanwhile, Cam, I believe, has the same composition as last time. Ooh, very good synchronization there as we get 2 moles probably duking it out. Let's see who'll outmow. Let's see who'll outmow. I I don't know what that was, but you know, it is what it is. Urbane did his job at defending, and a defensive mole here from Urbane, probably just to go ahead and stop the one mole from trying to attack. I don't think Cam would want to dive into this one with just that one mole, so he does retreat. And I would imagine that he's just going to go ahead and just farm all the way up and have that mole kind of on standby to protect. Mole protect. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure Urbane's going to sell off that mole and go into his tier 1 here. Yep, that's what he's going to do. Getting into the squirrels. Gosh, this guy thing fly. Sorry. Getting into the squirrels here. Well, ProtoKam going to do the same thing. with buying. So I kind of want to look at the economy real quick, as it does look like ProtoKam has a little bit of an ego lead, but it's all about the tempo in this game, because Urbane understands that tempo is pretty big for his style of play, and really kind of any kind of window that he can find, he will take advantage of. That's kind of the big thing when it comes to Urbane. But Cam is looking like that he's going to have to try and defend here because of the fact that he put them down that tier 2. He's going to be vulnerable, and Urbane is going to take advantage of that. Gonna go ahead and get into the squirrels, possibly get into a mole here. We'll see if he's able to go ahead and get something going before the cam comes out, but I don't think he will. He's waiting a little bit too long here. He's gonna have to try and dive in now before the skunk comes in, and the skunk is gonna pop out right about now, and the battle is finally gonna commence. We'll see if the skunk will be able to fend this off, but the army's already just about out, but the skunk is going to stay alive here, but the rest of the tier 1's units are basically donezo. But ProtoKam's going to be very aggressive, trying to see if he can go do a counterattack, as the skunk trying to get the pre-gas going to start things off. He is going to go ahead and attack some of the pigs, but he is going to retreat to try and get as much as he can before diving into this full commitment. But he is going to do quite a bit of poking with the skunks. That pre-gas is going to be huge, and the battle will finally commence. But the amount of tier 1 that is on the side of Olive is just going to delete both of those skunks, and that's going to put Cam in a very bad position, as now the tier 1 is going to be too much to handle, as that's going to end it. That's going to do it. Urbane Olive is going to win game 4, as he wins the entire series outright 3-1. GG's all around.